So we are, what's today's date? The 6th, October the 6th, 2020. And this show is going to be about what the hell it took for me and Joe to put on this Keepers of the Peace podcast. Now, it isn't just me and Joe, or Joe and I. What is it, me and Joe or Joe and I?
It's Joe and I. It's Joe, Deanna, and I.
Joe, Deanna.
That's how it goes.
And here's my point to that is I say Joe and I because, you know, when it comes to the circuit, we're the ones that everybody knows. But people don't know is Deanna, unless you've tuned into the podcast. And Deanna's absolutely huge when it comes to this. Doesn't happen without her. So without a doubt, we are appreciative for Deanna. If you think I'm kidding, look at her. Right here with me, making it happen. In Waxahachie. What's going on, man?
What's up, Bobby?
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk, Joe, today is the Police Softball Podcast is what we're doing. And we're going to be speaking to Joe about what it took to make this tournament happen in 30 days. 31 people from across the nation in 30 days are coming to this podcast.
31 teams.
31 teams, my bad. What did I say?
31 people.
Damn it. That would not be a good tournament.
It'll be a few more than 31 people that are going to be showing up.
All right, so 31 teams. So you're listening to the Police Softball Podcast. I am Trini Trinidad. Let's get the show on the road. All right, so now we're ready. All right, Joe. So we're here in Waxahachie. We finally made it. You know, people will. First thing I want to do is I want to be able to ask you a question, and that is what we talked about right before we went on the camera, and that is, why do this? Why put yourself into this situation? You're not raising money for your team. You're not raising money for your nonprofit, you know, that you raise money for when you're in Missouri putting on your softball tournament. So why do this? Why be a part of a 30-day stressful situation of making the backup tournament to the 2020 PoliceSoftball.com World Series, and instead we put on this Keepers of the Peace National Softball Championships? Why do it?
I have no clue why I decided to do this. No, it's it's to me it's something I wanted to do as soon as, you know, there were talks prior to Vegas getting canceled. We knew it was probably going to happen, and so there was talks about trying to get involved and find a new location, put a tournament together, try to get most of the teams down to a new location. My thought was I wanted to be part of it. You know, I wanted to help out. I thought I could, I thought I could put it together or help put it together and be, you know, a contributing factor to get it rolling. And I thought people maybe would trust me to do that.
Absolutely.
And trust me enough to send their team to whatever location that we found, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, being that I've had a successful tournament going on in St. Louis now for, I don't know, several years.
St. Louis Show Me Classic, by the way.
You got it. So, you know, that was my thought process. I love the circuit, love the guys, love you know, my team. And that's, you know, that was my kind of thought process going into it. So
you are a very unselfish person. You do a lot of great things. I know you do a lot of things on your own. And that's one of the things I think that, you know, deep inside, I feel like we are connected because it doesn't even matter if people are saying, well, how are you going to make that happen? I don't know. I think that's a unique thing to have, you know. So a lot of people will back out if they don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
And when we both agreed to do this, like, I don't know how we're going to do it, but, you know, we have faith also in other people to come through for us. So we've had quite a few people step up and say, hey, if you guys make this happen, we're in to help.
100%, yep.
So I think it was the comfort of us having, you know, these different people step up, you know, and like Terry Dugan, you know, I mean, Dan McIntyre, you know, we're talking about a bunch of different people. And in order for this all to happen, it has to have a teamwork. And I think that that's one of those things that I look forward to is like being here. And in this particular tournament, I've had so many people say, we're there to help. Let us know what we can do.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see that to see that unfold, to see everybody working together.
Yeah, let's hope they don't have too much to drink tonight so that they can actually help us tomorrow morning. We'll see.
They're going to have food there, so it should be all right.
Yeah.
All right, man. So now that we're here, what do you think about...
What's up? We're live.
Come on in. You can step down. So when we're talking about this tournament, you just picked up the brackets, and that we printed on this poster board, and you see the wristbands, you see the quality of the wristbands and everything. What are your thoughts to this point?
I think everything has come together pretty good, to be honest, with the short period of time that we had to put everything together, and just it's pretty amazing. I think that typically for my August tournament that I put on, it's months leading up to it. This was days, and it came together pretty quickly and came together nicely. I think. I mean,
yeah.
Like you said, I think people are going to be happy with the finished product, the tournament. I think it's going to be a great event, and everyone's going to be happy that they decided to come down and participate.
Yeah, I know. One of the things that I like to talk about is the fact that people will think, Joe puts on his St. Louis Show Me Classic, and that's, his guys are going to be able to, once he makes all this money, to start adding up entry fees or whatever. And they start thinking, all right, man, Joe's doing this and his team's going to benefit, and all that kind of junk. You're not going to do it on your own, but I've been talking about wanting to be able to let people know what's in your heart and where those proceeds go to from the St. Louis Show Me Classic. Because I know the kind of work you put into it, but people don't know what you're about to say. Where do these proceeds go to from the St. Louis Show Me Classic?
Well, obviously, there's several expenses with the tournament that come along with that, with the complex and the umpires and the player party that I put on and everything else. But anything that's left over doesn't come to the team. The team fundraiser I do to help with travel and everything is the golf tournament, the softball tournament. Anything that's left over goes to Missouri Peace Officer Foundation. It's a local, statewide organization. It's been around for years. It's the oldest in the state, and it raises money for scholarships, line of duty death benefits, stuff like that for officers, their families, stuff like that.
When you why did you get involved in that organization? Like, why say that's the organization? Was there something personally that happened, or did they step into something that you said, you know what, these guys are, because with a lot of charities, you wonder, where does that money go? So why did you why did you trust that organization to benefit from your tournament?
Well, I trusted the organization because there's people that are involved in that organization that I trust personally and I've known for years. And, when they tell me what type of organization it is, I tend to believe them, and it turned out to be a great thing. Great organization. The more I looked into it and everything else, and I became a member, and and it's I've been teamed up with them for this tournament now for maybe 5 or 6 years, something like that. So.
Wow. Yeah, very cool. Well, I thought I wanted to highlight that because it's so difficult nowadays with everything that's being said about us and the way the media is portraying us and everything. And I just think that I think it's very important, like even with Shields for Kids. A lot of people don't know about Shields for Kids. They will after this tournament. But man, putting on the Deanna knows, putting on the signing Santa event for these children that are hard of hearing or deaf, and they've never had the opportunity to express to Santa what they want for Christmas, and so being able to be a part of an organization where where the funds are going and the impact that they're making, that's important, especially for policemen, because we don't let our guard down very often, and we're not real trusting. Unfortunately, we get a little jaded, if you spend any amount of time on. And so it's important to find organizations, like these, to be able to be a part of. So as far as this tournament's concerned, we've got teams coming in. We're here at the hotel. Let me ask you this. Who do you think, I need your predictions on who you think is going to end up taking the top seed when it comes to, or the top, who are going to be the top dogs at the very end, in your opinion?
That's a tough call. So we've talked about this previously, and the way the brackets are set up, I think it's anybody's tournament, honestly, and there's no one real big front runner. There's a lot of great teams in both divisions, and I can start with the lower division. It's when you look at those teams from top to bottom, I think they all are on. It's a level playing field. You know what I mean? And who knows? It could be, like I said, anybody's bracket. Anybody's
and I'm
tournament.
really liking that, because it doesn't seem like there's a clear dominant team from what we can see in the lower brackets that can take this thing. I mean, it's really anyone's game. You go to some tournaments and you're like, all right, these three, you can even say when those two teams might meet each other in the pool play or something, like, oh, this is the championship. This might as well be the championship. Yeah. And in this one, I just don't, it's all up in the air. I'm interested.
I like the way it's I think that it's gonna play out, where it's, like I said, it's anybody's guess, and anybody can come out on top. Going to the upper bracket, I think there's some front runners there. There's some top teams, but the Swami episode where he came on and he did his predictions, not everything he said was accurate. I mean, it was good entertainment, I'll say that, but not everything was 100% accurate. Some of the players he talked about and everything, some of these top teams that showed up are missing some of their key guys. So, and some of the top teams picked up some guys from other teams, and who knows how they're going to gel, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, people leading up to this, people were saying, DEA combo, Great Lakes. My prediction,
here we go.
My prediction is that obviously I love my team, and I hope Missouri comes out on top. But if I had to bet money on a team to finish number one, who I think is going to finish number one, I'd say Minnesota Lawmen. Ooh. They have a great core group of guys, and they picked up a couple guys from Iowa, and I think they're going to put it together this tournament. They're always finishing the top two, top three of majority of the tournaments they play, and I think they may pull it off.
Did Great Lakes show up with everyone? Do we know?
I believe they did, and they're actually out hitting right now.
That's going to be another front runner right there.
I got Jerry's out there scouting them right now. So, but they're up at the soccer fields just outside the complex hitting some BP.
I think SA Law is going to be very interesting in this one. I think it's going to be, we got a guy, Steven, who normally can't make it because he graduated from the sheriff's department as far as a patrol. So he's been restricted due to his time on, but he's going to be able to make it on Thursday, and he plays fifth man for us. So I'm excited about having our left side covered, and ultimately we have our outfield. That's a huge thing, because this thing, being able to have your outfield, and a reserve really helps a lot. So I don't know, man. I think we're going to be sleepers in this tournament. We'll see how it goes. It's hard though, because we got a couple of guys. We had two guys that had to back out at the last second. So it's challenging, within 30 days and life happening and all. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what we're going to do.
And going back to that upper division, there's, to me, there's a group of teams that people are going to say it's going to be one of these guys that win it. But I think there's going to be some great upsets in that bracket from teams that maybe they're not expecting to beat some of the top teams. There's going to be some top teams that are going to be knocked down to the lower bracket by teams they were expected to beat, and it's going to be great competition in both brackets. I'm really looking forward to this weekend, or this week. Yeah.
So I know we're going to be heading out of here in just a little bit for the players' party, and that was another thing. So Waxahachie was able to find us this place, and we looked it up online, but they gave us verification that it was police friendly, first responder friendly. So I'm excited about that. Hey man, so what is it that you want to be able to tell everybody as far as, what is your drive again when it comes to, like, when we have our opening ceremonies? Like, what are you going to sit back and be thinking about once, because you've said it, once we get the show rolling, then we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
So when that happens and you get a chance to step back and check everything out, what's something you think you're going to be thinking about, or something you're going to look around and just be like taking it all in?
I'll probably start off by saying I hope my guys don't swing on 3-0 counts. But no, it's gonna be great. It's the same as any of these other events that I put on. The St. Louis Show Me Classic. This is a little bit different, being that it was such a short period of time that we put so much effort in this last few days and everything. But I think that any type of event that you put on, and once it gets rolling and it's going, you sit back, it's kind of a relief almost, and you're just like, here it is, we did it, kind of thing. And
that's what I'm excited
as long as
about,
everyone's enjoying themselves, which I know they will be, it's worth it. So
yeah. Hey, well, look, I'm usually the lead on this, but take the lead for a second. Interview me. Let's switch it up. Let's go.
All right, Trini. So I know you said that you San Antonio is going to be the what do you call it?
God
The
bless it. I didn't think you were going to go there.
I got to go there. So you say they're going to be the sleeper of the tournament. So
they could be.
They could. When you're saying sleeper of the tournament, you saying you're going to run it like you did St. Louis a couple years ago, or are you talking like we're going to have some upsets? We're going to finish in the top 3. I mean, what are you talking by when you say we're going to be the sleeper?
So I think that SA Law has been a little underrated when it comes to as far as our history with PS.com. I feel like, maybe we haven't been, in all fairness, people don't know a lot about our teams, down in Texas. So, but I feel like, even the Swami saying that we're going to be, in trouble because Trini's going to have them running around and they're going to be all tired. And I know he's being entertaining, but I feel like, I just feel like we're a little underrated when it comes to the Texas teams. And I'll tell you, got Houston Heat. That's going to be they keep it together and keep doing what they're doing. That's going to be a tough one from Texas. They're going to be moving up the ranks, and I'm really excited to see, what they bring to the table when they come in, this time. But as far as with us, man, I'll tell you what, we have a lot of great composure in a lot of situations, and I think, outside of I like to look at it like not who we're going to beat, just can we show up and do what we're capable of? Like, that's my thing, man. And if we can do that, I just think people are in trouble.
Out of all the teams that are in the same bracket as San Antonio Law, what team do you want to play?
I hate playing Missouri because they're such nice guys and they're tough.
Well, you say, they're such nice guys, they're tough. You beat our ass the last 4 or 5 times you played us. Not only that, but you came back from 17 down to beat us.
But you guys are still nice through it all. So you guys are nice guys. I think that of all of them, there's a SinCal connection, man. I really would like to be able to play SinCal.
Okay.
Those guys are, they've always impressed me. And I know they always come to play, and so I like SinCal. I've already played Great Lakes, and I'm talking, these dudes were limping when we played them in St. Louis. And when I saw these dudes limping around, there was like 3 of them. And I was like, oh man, they're in trouble. Calling it out to my team, right? Oh man, look, all right. So left field, third baseman, blah, blah. Dude, those guys freaking kept it together. It blew me away, man.
They do that to play head games with.
Oh my, well, it worked almost. But I'll tell you what, those guys are tough no matter what. So yeah, I'd like to play either one of those teams. I think that'd be pretty neat.
Is there any in-state rivalry game that you might want to have in the bracket?
Why did I let him take over?
What kind of? Let me see. The Texas teams that are going to be playing in the upper bracket is going to be, you got San Antonio Law, you got Lone Star.
Yeah. Houston Heat, Houston Hustle.
Houston Heat, Houston Hustle, and Team Texas. But those last three are all going to be in the lower divisions. So the 2 Texas, so I guess it's only one option. Do you want to have a rivalry match with Lone Star during the upper bracket at some point? And if so, who's coming out on top of that one? I need to know.
I mean, I will say that we've had a pretty good run against Lone Star. But again, those guys, they don't give in. I mean, we've had a couple of those guys on our teams in the past, so they know us and we know them. So it's one of those games where it's like not really any real big surprises, but it always is going to be a competitive game because we're the Texas teams, we're playing each other. So yeah, I mean, I like playing Lone Star, but I think the Team Texas kind of thing, we're teaming up with Austin. I think they're, I don't know what was it.
It's the with the Texas Guns.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the Texas Guns with a few guys that used to play for the Team Texas, basically.
Yeah, and so we played them, but they're relatively new.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of cool to play them. Just see what they've got.
I think it's kind of like the Detroit Great Lakes game that we're going to have in the pool play. I think it's going to be a good one. They're different. One's upper division, one's lower division, but I think it's going to be a good game. They all know each other. And it's, one's a little younger, average age than the other one, but we'll see who comes out on top on that. I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. So, hey, man, any last words you want to give to anybody as far as, as far as the tournament, as far as when they're coming out, just anything you want to?
Well, first I'd like to say thanks for everyone that trusted us to put this on.
Absolutely.
And who trusted us to come down here, spend their money, take their time off, and get down here and participate in the Keepers of the Peace softball championship. And second, I think, get out there, enjoy yourselves, and bust your ass on the field, and let's have a good tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, people were wondering if it was even going to happen, and we're here. It's happening. I want to also, kind of piggyback what you're saying. It doesn't happen without, the village. It doesn't happen without everybody coming together. And so, there's a lot of people to mention. I'll just say that it's pretty neat to be able to feel that love from people who call up and say, hey, I'm donating this, or hey, I'll help you out with that. And I think that's a huge thing. So it's just made me feel an appreciation for this circuit in even more of a way than I already thought I could, by being in this position and having so many people reach out and help. So I think that's the cool part. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Joe, thank you so much for joining us. I know you got your team out there hitting, and I know you're going to go over there and get the players party started. So I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much, man.
Yep.
All right. Trinidad signing off for the Police Softball Podcast. Don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And you can also go to my Facebook, my new Facebook page. It's a business page. You can like it, and that would really help me out a lot. So I appreciate it. This is Trinidad signing off for the Police Softball Podcast. Hey, don't forget, I got your 6.
I'm Trinidad, and I'm the founder of the International Keepers of the Peace First Responders Conference, and I'm going to make this short and quick. I am offering you 50% off with the code Christmas2020 to our conference for any ticket level price. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do that. I'm going to lose money, but I'm not worried about that. I'm interested more in the amount of lives that we're going to affect by those that are going to come to this conference. I promise to you, you will not walk out the way that you walked in when you leave this conference. And my personal guarantee to you is this. As a veteran in the United States Air Force, as a 23-year veteran law enforcement officer, as a businessman, as a founder of a nonprofit, and ultimately the creator of this conference, you have my word that if you don't walk out differently than the way that you walked in your mindset, I will return your money, no questions asked. That's my promise to you, and that's how sure I am of what this conference is going to bring to you. I'm Trinidad. This is the International Keepers of the Peace First Responders Conference. Don't forget, man, I got your 6. So thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Trinidad, and I am going to be introducing you to the 2021 DeMarini Denny Crine signature bat called the Nautalai. Now, if you don't know who Denny Crine is, let me give you a little history. Joe, I think at this point, we're going to go ahead and move on to our special guest. And he's not just special because of his ability in softball, but I'm finding out as I've done the research on this man, Denny Crine, he's really an ambassador of the sport. He supports us here in law enforcement. He is a member of the DeMarini squad right now. He's a proud supporter of police softball, factory player for DeMarini, 4-time long haul bomber champion, and my favorite part, he is a middle school teacher. Denny and I are friends, along with 5,515 other people on Facebook. But don't let that fool you. Denny and I go way back to August of 2020. But don't let that fool you. We've become like this, son. I had him on my police softball podcast just 4 months ago, so there. Now, Denny is from Henderson, Nevada. He bats and throws right-handed and swings for DeMarini. Now, he's played for a number of professional teams like the Long Haul Trucking, For the Fallen, and many others. He's a 2005 ASA Major Championship winner, 2005 ASA Major MVP player, and in 2000 was a Super A Championship winner. He's been a member of the Long Haul Bombers for numerous years and can be found hitting the ball out of professional ballparks all over social media.
They are the best of the best, the greatest slow pitch softball hitters in the game. The Long Haul Bombers, powered by Home Run Monkey. Teams traveling to Major League ballparks for a one-of-a-kind home run derby. Each baller gets 15 swings and is awarded 1 point for each home run. The last pitch is the money ball that is worth 2 points. Stepping up is the legendary Brett Helmer. Legendary because of his 4 national batting titles. Number 44 is number 1 for many softball fans. Brett's nickname is Large, and he's in charge, packing plenty of pride into what he does. And what he did today was blast 9 homers for 9 points to take the lead in Tampa.
It's totally consistent. If you can hit 8 to 10 every time, you are in the finals.
Only one player stands in Helmer's path today. That's 2-time Stadium Power Tour champ Denny Crine. DC makes it look oh so easy. With an almost effortless attack. Crine started slow, but then he started to build. It's fun to watch the classic Crine swing, and once DC gets loose, look out below. Now Denny's definitely found his groove. One after another, Crine is on a roll. DC tops Helmer and ends the day with 11 homers and the money ball for 12 big points. There's no stopping the big man and his simple, steady approach to the game.
I got to hit the most in the end, and that's what it comes down to every year. There's no other way to look at it. Just you got to hit more than the other guy.
As a member of Team USA at the time, he was asked what it means to represent his country, and he stated, "It is the ultimate softball honor to wear USA across your chest." When asked who was among his biggest supporters of his career, he said, "My family and all my sponsors. I would not enjoy or be able to play this game without the support of my family." When asked what was his favorite part of slow pitch softball, he stated, "I enjoy the opportunities the game has given me. For example, over the past couple of years, I've become involved with the For the Fallen organization. Playing softball for this organization has allowed me to show appreciation for what the members of the United States Armed Forces have sacrificed for not only my family, but also the citizens of the U.S. Man, I love this guy. He's a big guy with a big heart. So let me give you the features of this bat before I show it to you. You know, one of the features is a continuous fiber barrel offering consistently high performance from the first hit to the last. ZNX alloy handle provides increased stiffness and durability, meaning less flex in the handle and more deflection for improved barrel performance. It has a 13-inch end-loaded barrel, and it was designed and built in the USA. Now that's a feature I love. The barrel diameter is 2 1/4 inches, and the certification is for senior softball. The barrel material is wood composite, and of course it's a 2021, the latest and the greatest. One of the things I want to point out is the continuous fiber wall. DeMarini rolls a single sheet of a super strong composite that offers consistently high performance from the first hit to the last. Some of the reviews you will find on the DeMarini website are, "I just received my bat. I've only been able to put about 30 swings on it. The first 5 or so felt a little weird to me because there is some handle flex and the barrel is very soft, but I could tell right away the bat had some pop. After about 10 swings, I got locked in and the 300-foot fence never had a chance. Excited to put some more swings on it and use it in a game." Another review stated, "I really like the load in this bat, and the pop right off the bat was a little more than expected. Good job, you guys," meaning all of you. Thank you. So, that being said, it's time to show you what I received in the mail. Now, again, my buddy Denny was the one that was able to get me one of these bats that had his signature on it. Now, I'd like to say that that's for me, but it's for anyone that buys the bat. But it feels personalized, you know, and it is his bat. Cool part was when I had him on the show, he told me that if there's going to be a bat, it's going to have my name on it. I'm going to swing it. I'm going to make sure it lives up to my standards. So, don't forget to check out our Police Softball podcast where I featured Denny Crine on an episode. We talk about this bat and he talks about his process of breaking a bat in. And I think that process is very important for the life of this bat. The fact that they constructed it the way that they did so that it was hot right out of the box also means that you have to take great care of it. So Denny goes through his warm-up process for maximum longevity concerning this bat.
All right, so I just got my 2021 models in. Ran down here to the cages to get some swings on them. The way I break in bats is I usually use 52 300s, 52 275s, which is what we have in the machine here at the cages, at Z Cages in Henderson. And so as soon as I get the new bats in the mail last night, I'm down here today. I'm going to break those in. We have Toys for Tots this weekend, so I want to make sure they are not stiff when we start hitting the hard ball. That's how we're going to get the longevity out of the senior bats, which is something new for me this year. I've never swung a senior bat before, but obviously if you're going to throw my name on it, I'm going to swing it. And I'm very proud that DeMarini put out a good product. And you know, you still have to care for it a little bit. They're hotter, which means they're going to break faster. So I have the 52s ready to go, and we'll see if we can get these bats broken in for the weekend. So this is my new model for 2021. Last weekend we debuted the Dale Brungart series. In essence, this is the same bat, just a little bit hotter. So we're going to go out this weekend at Toys and see how the performance is. Obviously last year's was incredible, which there should be no fall off this year at all. It's got a nice end load, 13-inch barrel. Got some new batting gloves and my new hat from A3. So we'll give it a run and see how it goes. so just finished up my round. Put swings on both bats today. Put about 100 swings, so 50 each. As you can see, I start with backside. That way I stay closed on everything. Then I'm working the middle. Definitely not trying to hit straight back through the middle. Obviously today I struggled with that a little bit, but trying to work both sides. That way, you know, usually if I make contact with a pitcher, I'm out. So try to stay away from dead middle. Just depends on which side the 5-man's playing. And then I go to pull. Obviously in a home run situation, I don't necessarily always pull, but you know, that's when I'm working back. When I'm working pull side, that's what I'm doing. So. And that's it as far as, you know, happy with the feel of the bats, nice end load. You know, can't be happier with the performance on it. Ball responds, even with these 52s, the ball's coming off it really well.
I absolutely love the color scheme of it. And what I can tell you is just off the feel of it, I swing a 26 and feels a little bit, you know those bats that you get that maybe just feel a little bit heavier than what you're used to? That's what this one feels like, a little bit heavier than a 26, but it is end-loaded, so that could be a part of that reason. Either way, I've seen some videos, and I'll tell you what, people who are independent reviewers have given this bat great reviews. One of the concerns was the longevity of it, but to Denny's point, if you watched that video, the break-in process is going to be the most important thing you can do for a bat like this. It is hot out of the box, and I'm going to be taking it out for a spin here real soon. So I'll keep you updated on the results of my warm-up process with this bat, and then ultimately take it out on the field and let you know what I think. But until then, thank you for joining me. We appreciate your support.